that the salty spray stings her face. The roar of the ocean fills her ears. She stands at the precipice, the edge of the world. Below, the churning water awaits. This is no mere swim, it's a plunge into the unknown, a confrontation with fear itself. This is the opening scene of Young Woman and the Sea, a film that captures the raw power of the ocean and its ability to transform the human spirit. The young woman, our protagonist, is not a seasoned sailor. She is a daughter of fishermen, raised on tales of the sea, both its bounty and its danger, but her own experience is limited, confined to the shores and the shallows. Now she is drawn to something beyond, a yearning for something more vast than her small coastal village. The sea, in its immensity, calls to her. Her leap is a decision, a choice made in the face of fear and uncertainty. It is a rebellion against the limitations placed upon her, the expectations that would keep her tethered to the land. This is not just a physical journey, it is a passage into womanhood, into self-discovery, and into the boundless depths of her own potential. The sea will be her teacher, her adversary, and ultimately her path to liberation. The sea has always held a powerful allure for humanity. It is a realm of mystery and danger, a vast expanse that stretches beyond the horizon. For centuries, people have ventured onto its waves, driven by a thirst for exploration, for trade, for escape. The sea is a pathway to new lands, new cultures, new experiences. It is a source of both sustenance and peril, capable of bestowing great riches or swallowing lives whole. In Young Woman and the Sea, the protagonist's journey echoes this timeless human fascination with the ocean. Her story is interwoven with historical threads, tales of legendary seafarers who braved the unknown to chart new courses. Her village, perched on the edge of the continent, is steeped in maritime tradition. The sea is not just a body of water, it is a way of life, a source of identity, a force that shapes their very existence. But the sea is also a realm of imagination. Myths and legends abound, tales of monstrous creatures lurking in the depths, of sirens who lure sailors to their doom, of lost cities swallowed by the waves. These stories, passed down through generations, color the protagonist's perception of the ocean. She's both drawn to its beauty and wary of its power. The sea is a canvas onto which she projects her hopes and fears, a mirror reflecting her own internal struggles. The coastal village where the young woman grows up is a place of deeply ingrained traditions. Generations of fishermen have carved out a living from the sea, their lives dictated by the rhythms of the tides and the migrations of fish. The men go out to sea, battling the elements to provide for their families. The women remain on land, tending to the home, mending nets and praying for the safe return of their loved ones. This division of roles is deeply entrenched, a rigid structure that dictates not only occupation, but also identity. The young woman born into this world is expected to follow in her mother's footsteps. She is taught the domestic skills deemed essential for a woman's life: sewing, cooking, child-rearing. The sea, the domain of men, is seen as both dangerous and unsuitable for a woman's delicate nature. But the young woman feels a stirring within her, a yearning that cannot be contained by these traditional boundaries. She is drawn to the sea, not with fear, but with a sense of kinship, of belonging. She longs to experience its vastness, to test her own strength against its currents. This internal conflict, the clash between tradition and her own burgeoning spirit, becomes a central theme of the film. The sea, in its boundless nature, represents a freedom that she desperately craves. The young woman's journey is not simply a physical one, it is a profound internal odyssey. As she ventures further into the open water, she is confronted not only by the elements, but also by her own inner demons. The sea becomes a mirror, reflecting back her deepest fears, her insecurities, and the limitations she has internalized from her upbringing. The solitude of the ocean forces her to confront these inner adversaries. There is no escape, no distraction from the voices in her head that whisper doubt and inadequacy. The vastness of the sea becomes a metaphor for the vastness of her own inner world. As she navigates the waves, she must also navigate the turbulent currents of her own emotions. The challenges she faces at sea are not merely external, they are reflections of her own internal struggles. A raging storm becomes a manifestation of her own inner turmoil. A mechanical failure on her boat mirrors her own feelings of vulnerability and self-doubt. The sea in its unforgiving nature, forces her to confront her weaknesses and to find the strength to overcome them. Section 5. The Ocean as Teacher. The sea, in its vastness and power, becomes the young woman's most demanding teacher. It's a harsh, but ultimately rewarding instructor, pushing her to her limits, forcing her to adapt, to innovate, to discover hidden reserves of strength she never knew she possessed. Through trials and tribulations, the sea imparts valuable lessons that shape her character and transform her into the woman she is meant to be. The sea teaches her resilience. Storms batter her small boat, threatening to capsize her and swallow her whole. But she learns to ride the waves, to adjust her sails, to weather the fury of the elements. She discovers a tenacity within herself, a refusal to give up, even in the face of overwhelming odds. The sea teaches her resourcefulness. When her supplies dwindle, she learns to fish, to scavenge, to make do with what little she has. When her equipment fails, she learns to repair, to improvise, to find creative solutions to unexpected problems. The sea strips away her reliance on the comforts of land and forces her to rely on her own ingenuity. Section 6. A Legacy of Courage. The young woman's journey is not without precedent. Her story echoes the tales of countless women throughout history who defied societal expectations and ventured into the traditionally male domain of the sea. From ancient queens who commanded naval fleets to pioneering scientists who explored the ocean depths, women have long played a vital role in humanity's relationship with the sea. These historical figures serve as inspirations for the protagonist, reminding her that she is not alone in her pursuit of freedom and self-discovery. Their stories, woven into the fabric of the film, provide a context for her own struggles and triumphs. They demonstrate that the sea does not discriminate, that it offers challenges and rewards to all who dare to embrace its embrace. The young woman's journey, though deeply personal, is also part of a larger narrative of female empowerment. She is not merely breaking free from the constraints of her village, she is challenging centuries of societal norms that have sought to limit women's roles and aspirations. Her courage and determination pave the way for future generations of women to pursue their dreams, regardless of the boundaries imposed by tradition or expectation. The sea is a realm of constant change, of unpredictable weather patterns and shifting currents. The young woman, at the mercy of these forces, learns to navigate not only the physical storms, but also the storms that rage within her own heart. The sea, in its raw and untamed nature, becomes a mirror reflecting her own internal struggles. The solitude of the ocean amplifies her emotions. Fear, doubt, loneliness, and despair wash over her in waves, threatening to overwhelm her. But she also experiences moments of exhilaration, of awe at the beauty of the natural world, of profound connection with the rhythm of the sea. The ocean becomes a crucible, forging her emotions into something stronger, more resilient. The physical challenges she faces at sea, storms, equipment malfunctions, dwindling supplies, become metaphors for the internal challenges she must overcome. Each obstacle she surmounts strengthens her resolve, deepens her self-belief, and brings her closer to understanding her own capabilities. The sea and its unforgiving nature becomes the catalyst for her personal growth and transformation. The young woman's journey is not a linear progression from fear to triumph. It is a series of peaks and valleys, of moments of exhilaration followed by periods of doubt and despair. The sea, like life itself, is unpredictable, throwing curveballs her way, testing her adaptability and resilience. She learns to ride the waves of change, to adjust her course, to embrace the unexpected. There are times when she feels lost, adrift in a vast and unforgiving expanse. The solitude of the ocean weighs heavily on her spirit. She questions her choices, wonders if she has taken on more than she can handle. But then a pod of dolphins appears, swimming alongside her boat, their playful energy lifting her spirits. A breathtaking sunset paints the sky in vibrant hues, reminding her of the beauty that surrounds her. The sea, in its ever-changing nature, offers moments of grace and wonder amidst the challenges. The film captures these shifting moods, these moments of both despair and exhilaration, with a raw honesty. The young woman's journey is not a romanticized portrayal of adventure. It is a realistic depiction of the emotional roller coaster that comes with pushing oneself beyond one's comfort zone. The sea, in its vastness and power, becomes a metaphor for the unpredictable nature of life itself. The sea is a realm of hidden depths, of mysteries that lie beneath the surface. As the young woman ventures further into the open water, she discovers a corresponding depth within herself. The challenges she faces force her to dig deep, to tap into reserves of strength and resilience she never knew she possessed. The sea, in its demanding embrace, reveals her true potential. She learns to trust her instincts, to rely on her own judgment in the face of uncertainty. She develops a keen awareness of her surroundings, a sensitivity to the nuances of wind and wave. She becomes attuned to the rhythm of the ocean, learning to anticipate its moods, to respect its power. The sea, in its vastness, becomes a reflection of her own expanding inner world. She sheds the limitations imposed by her upbringing, the expectations that had previously confined her spirit. She emerges from her journey transformed, no longer the timid girl who stood hesitant at the edge of the world, but a confident young woman who has faced her fears and discovered her own inner compass. The final scene of Young Woman and the Sea is a powerful image of hope and renewal. The young woman, her face weathered by sun and salt spray, stands at the helm of her boat, her eyes fixed on the horizon. She has completed her journey, not unscathed, but profoundly changed by her experience. The sea, her teacher, her adversary, her companion, has gifted her with a profound understanding of herself and the world around her. She returns to her village not as the girl who left, but as a woman transformed. The sea has stripped away the layers of societal conditioning, revealing her true self. She carries within her the wisdom of the ocean, the resilience of someone who has weathered storms, both internal and external. Young Woman and the Sea is not merely a film about a physical journey. It is a cinematic voyage into the human spirit. It is a testament to the power of nature to shape us, to challenge us, to reveal our hidden depths. The sea, in its vastness and mystery, serves as a powerful metaphor for the boundless possibilities that lie within each of us, if we dare to venture beyond the familiar shores of our comfort zone.